Joyce Omondi joins us in the studio. Great song there, Joyce. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done. Have you always been religious? Have you, as a person?
I was raised in a Christian home, and actually I started singing and playing the piano when I was 6 years old in church. So that's really where I nurtured. Jalango is looking at me funny.
Playing the piano
Yeah.
at 6 years old at home. So they had a piano.
There was a piano
in the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there.
What happened is I used to have a toy piano. My parents got me a toy piano, and I used to just bang it around a lot. So my dad kind of figured maybe she wants to learn how to play an instrument. So he went out and bought an upright piano, like a proper piano, and I started taking lessons from the time I was 4. So when I was 6, I was literally in the worship team. I mean, I'd hit some wrong notes, don't get me wrong. I'd hit plenty of wrong notes.
Yeah.
But that's really where I nurtured my talent.
And of course, you still play.
I still play.
You still have the piano?
Still have the piano.
The same one?
Every single one of my songs has been written on it.
On your original
On my
piano.
piano that my daddy got me. Yeah, so it's very special.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Piano.
Did you want to be a gospel artist growing up?
No, not at all. I was very fine just singing and playing in church. Even then, with the female worship leaders in my church, they started a group, and I was just like, let me just play the piano for you guys. I don't want to sing. And I'd never really been able to write music. I have a song that took me 3 years to write. It was so bad it didn't end up on the first album. But I don't know. I think just after coming back, the songs just started coming, and I could hear everything. So I'd go to studio and say, I want a saxophone here. I want the bass line like this. So that's really, I kind of stumbled into it. But now with this second album, I think I've just kind of really come to accept that this is a gift that God has given me, and there's a purpose for it. And so I'm being much more deliberate about it now.
So what do you do with your bachelor's and your master's, which you struggle so much to go and get?
So I'm still very passionate about socioeconomic development. So I currently lead communications at a financial market development firm that supports financial inclusion.
What is your degree? Social what?
Myself.
Community
development.
Community development.
Yes.
Yours is social.
International development.
International.
I did international
Also,
development.
I'll be working in the community. She works on the international part of it.
Wewe ni kijiji.
Wewe ni kijiji.
I mean, we still work with, it's more of a donor-funded program. How do you deal with, external funding and all that sort of thing? So,
How many siblings do you have?
I have two brothers. I'm the firstborn and the only girl.
Oh, spoiled little brat.
No, my mom is Giriyama. She was, she cracked the whip on us.
So daddy's favorite.
I mean, we have a very close bond for sure. Yeah.
What does he think of what you do?
He loves it. I mean, he's very proud of it. I think it's a joy for your parents to see you, mature and become your own person, pursue your dreams even when it's really hard.
Yeah.
And so I think he really respects that, and he's proud of it.
Yeah. What was the response to your debut album, your debut CD?
I think it was really good. First of all, Conqueror obviously is an English song, and with a very Western beat. A lot of the times when Kenyan gospel artists debut, it's always with either some sort of Afrofusion, and it certainly wouldn't be in English. But it was received quite well, and it ended up winning Video of the Year at Groove Awards, so I'm really grateful for that. And just, it's been a journey since then, and then I just released more and more singles. And now here I am with the second album.
So you feel you're in the right place at the right time.
Definitely.
Speaking of right place, right time, how did you meet that lovely husband of yours? We're talking about Wahiga Maura, our colleague here at Citizen Television.
Yeah.
What'd you meet?
It's actually a very long story.
Oh.
But basically, our parents kind of knew each other from back in the day. So my mom and his dad were elders in church. So they'd meet. My dad and his mom went to Israel together on one of those Holy Land trips. Mm-hmm. His brother was my youth pastor, and I was always trying to hook him up with one of my friends. And so there was a time I went to, there were some people who, they will remain unnamed, some guys in the gospel industry who were just too intense. And I went and vented in church. I think I just had it. And I was like, you pastors need to teach young men how to relate with women. I went all out. And his brother went home and was like, dude, there's this girl in our church who's totally your type. and Mahiga got so upset. He's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you know my type? Yeah. And second, I can find my own woman. Then I started hosting Rauka, and Wahiga saw me on television, and he used to live with his brother. So he was like, yo, dude, there's this new girl on TV, man. Come check her out. And the brother is like, this is the one I've been telling you about. So he's like, hook me up.
That's a great story.
And then there's plenty of other things behind that. But eventually we met on my birthday, at my birthday party. Yeah. And then started dating.
And the rest, as they say,
is history.
Is history.
I was just reading top 10 most romantic men
in Kenya.
On how they proposed. There are people who were on choppers, there were bikers, people who risked their women's lives by proposing them on top of the KCC rooftops, so that when you say no, you are thrown down, and things like that. How did he propose anyway?
Well, I'm not gonna, tell everything, but it was very romantic. He had basically a restaurant to ourselves. It was a complete surprise. It had like a violinist and a saxophonist. It was very in the restaurant by ourselves. It was very sweet though. Wahiga is a very caring guy. One of my colleagues, he's Kikuyu, so he always calls me Mudhoniwa in the office, and he would be like, for a Kikuyu man to get a Luo girl, that guy has to have swag. And I agree.
Yeah. Because you people think we're very boring, right?
No, yes.
You think we're very boring. That we don't have swag. We don't have pizzazz.
No. You guys are not boring. You are very, 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 very boring. How can you be in a romantic dinner? How can you be in a romantic
Cynthia's agreeing
dinner?
with you?
How can you be in a romantic dinner?
Yes.
A Valentine's Day.
Yes.
But you still receive phone calls of your cabbage stack, I don't know where.
In uko escapement.
Hey. Manasema Rory umefanya nini? Hey. Baby, just wait. Continue eating. What is that, man? What is that? How can you be talking about your lorry stuck with the cabbage uko escapement?
It's in the DNA, man. Mboga zikolari.
And it was supposed to be a Valentine's dinner, specially made for baby.
And she's dressed up.
Oh, imagine.
Ready.
Yes.
Smiling.
Can you imagine?
And she's waiting to be proposed to.
Wewe unaongea na caretaker wako vile hajachukua rent zote. Number 19 wamelipa. Waambie nitakata maji. Hawanijui. Watajua mimi ni Mwaura wa Kiambu. Wasinilete. Nikijenga hii nyumba walikuwa wapi?
Mwaura wa Makara.
Can you imagine? And you're here with your baby for dinner.
Can you imagine? So he must have wooed you.
Yeah, no, and I mean, to be honest, I feel like Wahiga he was everything I ever wanted. So in many ways, sometimes I feel ni mimi nilijiingiza box.
And he's very religious too.
He is. Yeah? He's very passionate about God, and I really respect that about him. Yeah. Just, even in leading our home, leading our family, and just being able to call out, this gifting. In many ways, the second album, these songs would not be here if it wasn't for his support and encouragement.
That's incredible. We're going to play, how does it go? What now?
Lihimidi.
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 Yes.
Lihimidi Jina Lake.
Yes.
And then a couple of other ones. There's Kweli. And then the one you just released this week called Jabali. Which means?
The Rock.
As in Simon Peter?
Simon Peter the Rock. On my rock I will build the church.
Yeah.
And he did.
I was once an altar boy.
No, don't say that in public. Huh?
No. I served the Lord in the highest position as an altar.
Did you used to carry those?
Of course, yes.
The bread?
Not the bread.
The wine?
It's not called the bread. It's called the communion.
And the differences?
When it is at church, it is not bread anymore.
Oh.
It is communion.
And the wine?
It's not the wine.